All right, I'm in the eastern Lake Pontchartrain area this morning with some really good conditions. I got speckled trout on the brain. Let's see what we can catch. All right, I'm up on a flat that's adjacent to some deep water right here, hoping some trout are gonna move up here to ambush shrimp, being pulled out of the marsh here, just kind of at the beginning of a falling tide. It may not even really be falling yet. Tide's super high from days and days of east winds. So we may have to wait a little bit for this bite to get started. We'll see. Hoping there's some fish out on this flat. We're just gonna drift it. I'm starting with a Versamax bolt, about maybe 2.5 feet above a 16th ounce death grip jig head with a Holy Jolly matrix shad. Water in here is absolutely gorgeous. So I love that Holy Jolly and shrimp creole in water that is this color. I'm gonna be listening and looking today, because I'm betting we're gonna find some birds somewhere. As you can tell, I've got an early start. It's 6:45 right now, late sunrise this time of year, of course. All right, my shot in the dark on this flat has not paid dividends. I think because the tide just really isn't moving. It's gonna start falling here, and it's gonna fall pretty hard. Things should improve without question, but it's pretty dead right now. At the peak of the rise, but when it dumps out, it's gonna pull white shrimp out of those back marshes, or at least you would think it would. So let's make a little move, see if we can find some tide, and consequently, some speckled trout. All right, having some camera trouble, unfortunately, but I've found a shoreline that's got some birds and some trout. Ooh, that's not a trout. That's a redfish. I've caught a couple of undersized reds here, but this is not an undersized red. This is a big brute. This is what we have this year. We've got these big monster reds, and we've also got undersized reds. And I'm assuming this is a red and not a catfish. I hope it's a red. It's not fighting like a cat. Nope, it's a red. Beautiful redfish. All right, we got him. Big old upper slot red. Look at this guy. We're gonna tag him and release him. All right, there he goes. All right, the birds have left us. We'll see if that's because the fish have left. Definitely conceivable that we could just keep working this shoreline. There may be schools moving through here all day. Yep. There's some bait up there. Yep, I see bait popping. Oh, there's one. These fish are thick in here. I don't know if this one's gonna make the cut. He's gonna make the tape, I know that. Oh, look at that, just right here next to the boat. I don't think this guy's gonna make it. Oh, you were hooked well, weren't you, dude? Nope. There he is. Are you a better fish? I don't know. I think you might make it. Who knows? Let's put you on the tape and check it out. Oh, look what he threw up. Actually, bait fish. Not a shrimp. Croaking male, but not big enough. When my camera wasn't working, I caught a couple of keepers. There's definite mix in here. Undersized reds, big reds. Undersized specks and keeper specks. Oh, there's a keeper speck. There we go. That's a keeper. Let's spot lock. I generally like to keep moving. That's a good trout. There we go. That's a good trout. Good keeper speckled trout. He will be so tasty later. I am keeping a few fish. I want to keep about 10 if I'm lucky enough to catch 10. Yeah, there's fish busting bait all around me. There he is. There he is. I think he's a keeper. I think he is. All right. Yeah, he's a keeper. All right. Love it when a plan comes together. Oh, missed him. That's all right. We threw it to a school of hungry piranha. Sooner or later, one of them will get it. This one's not gonna make the cut. Not gonna make it. All right, you gave me a good fight, and hopefully you learned a valuable lesson. No such thing as a free lunch. Oh, there he is. Are you gonna make the cut? I think you are. Oh, well, you're definitely not. That was a definite keeper too. Oh, there he is. That's a baby. That's a baby. That's not the one we want. There he is, another small one. All right, where'd the big ones go? There's a really small one. I wouldn't even keep you if you were a white trout. That was a pretty trout though, very spotted. Let's throw over here, see if we get a big one, a bigger one. Yep, there we go. That's probably a keeper. I don't know. Having second thoughts, having my doubts. Nope, not a keeper. Not even close. Let's continue with our drift if we can't catch some bigger ones. I mean, it's just every cast. But not putting meat in the box, or not enough. Still a lot of fun. I heard you. Are you a big one, or are you a baby? I think you might make it. Oh goodness, we keep losing all the keepers. Feels like another keeper, but we'll see if we can land him. No, that's a good trout. All right, here we go. Look at this. Shrimp whiskers. Shrimp whiskers. That's why these fish are here. Even though that other one threw up some bait fish. All right, make a few casts without the cork. 1/4 ounce depth grip, also with a holy jolly. Just to see, kind of rapidly swim the bait. Oh, there it is. Yep. Yep. I think you're gonna make the cut, buddy. Yeah, you're gonna make the cut. You're a nice trout. All right. Trout all sizes in here. Yeah, this dude was hooked super well. That's a good, I don't know, maybe even 15-inch fish. Oh, there's one. You're not as big as your buddy. No offense. But you might be a keeper, actually. You're bigger than I thought you were. You are definitely bigger than I thought you were. You're a weakling. You should be ashamed of yourself. I tell you to hit the gym, but I don't think you're gonna get the chance. I don't know, maybe you will. Let's see. I don't know, you're 13 inches. You will not be hitting the gym. You'll be hitting the grease. Oh, there he is. That's a keeper. See, that cork rig for me is just a great way to find fish. Question. Oh, shut up, Siri. That cork rig for me is just a great way to find fish. But after you kind of get them dialed in, it's switched to tight line soft plastics or jerk baits or top water or whatever you like to throw, whatever you think's appropriate for the situation. Definitely better size fish. Throwing the tight lined, jigged, soft plastic. And as many of you know, this Holy Jolly was designed by my son, Joel. It's his color that Matrix made for him. It's a great color. I fished this bait a lot this time of year when the fish are feeding on shrimp. This and shrimp creole. I like shrimp creole generally better in the spring. Holy Jolly better in the fall and winter, but not always. Oh goodness, I missed him. Whew, that was a good hit. Whew. Whew, you got that shrimp. You got that shrimp. That scrimp. Oh, there he, oh, I missed him. There he is. All right, good trout. Good trout. Whew. Yeah, it's amazing. You go to the jig matrix, fish increase in size 3 or 4 inches. You know, obviously it's more attractive to these bigger fish. You know, that cork, a good thing about it is that everything bites it. So it helps you dial into where fish are. When I'm searching this time of year, almost always I'll be throwing that Versamax bolt. Oh, goodness. Oh, there he is. Good, another good trout, another keeper. That's about a 13-incher. Maybe even a little less, but I'm pretty sure he's a keeper. I think he's gonna hit the tape just to make sure. 12-inch fish are still legal in Louisiana, and he's barely 12. Big enough. Those are my favorite fish. I'll be sad when they're not legal. I just love to eat them. A lot of people make fun of us in Louisiana for keeping 12-inch trout. Oh man, it's just every cast. But you know, those 12-inchers, when he got off. When you're at home and you're cooking them, those are the ones everybody wants to eat. The birds are back. Oh shoot, I hooked a seagull. Oh goodness. Well, I didn't hook him, but my line entangled him, but he got free, so that's good. I do not want to fight a seagull. This is one of those days when you get a bait back to the boat without a fish and you're like, what the heck? That's a good one. These fish are still so crazy. Water temp is 79 that you lose a lot of them because they just go bananas. You're fighting these fish in December or January, you land a much higher percentage of them because they're much more docile. Come on, dude. What the heck are you doing? That's a good trout, that's why. Come on, let's get you going up. Yeah, that's the fish of the day right there. That's about a 18-inch trout, really beautiful fish. It's our picture fish, maybe our thumb for the video. So I'll be honest with you, this is an area I would never have fished, but I was passing through and saw the birds working they were just kind of interested. They weren't really working hard. So I got upwind and oh, there he is, and started making a drift and discovered this school of fish. That was kind of my goal today. Get out here and find some trout feeding on white shrimp. Mission accomplished. And of course, you never know how long a bite's gonna last. I mean, I threw in his mouth. Well, he got off. As I said, they're going crazy. But this is the beginning of the fall, so probably I could sit here for hours and catch these fish. But you never know. They could leave any minute. Can't ever take it for granted. Just gotta enjoy it while it's going on. So I'm fishing on a Wednesday. We've got a significant front coming this weekend. This video probably won't be out until Monday, so the front will have already passed. All that front is gonna do is make things better. So this fishing should be just fantastic for the next several weeks at least. Heck, weather permitting, it'll be fantastic for the next 3 months. Focus on those falling tides. Nothing easier in fishing than the marshes of South Louisiana on a falling tide in the fall. And this year, I tell you what, there's so much white shrimp in this marsh. It's just gonna be epic. I mean, as you can tell, we're not even in the heart of the season yet. And look at the action we're having today. It didn't take me long at all to find fish. I mean, at all. Didn't have any intel or anything like that, just came out looking. Another beautiful trout. Another beautiful fish. I gotta count. I think I'm getting close to 10. These fish are in such a frenzy. My first couple of casts, I made just a straight retrieve. Oh, goodness, already. Oh. But it definitely seems, because they are so frenetic, that you've got to kind of hop this bait kind of aggressively. That's when they're hitting it. Just awesome. Awesome, awesome action. So great. Look at the trout. But I bet you could throw a popper and whack them. That should be a bite. Look at the slicks popping up. I don't know if you can see that. And because I tried to call the shot, I didn't get a bite. Not a bite. Not a bite on that cast. Oh, but I did get a bite on that cast. And that's another good trout. Big old mouth shaker. Ooh, ooh. I'm not gonna horse you. I think you're pretty decent. Yeah, I think you're pretty decent. Dude, Is this trout that big? He must be. That must be a really good trout. Oh my goodness. This is a beautiful fish. It's a 3-pound speckled trout. All right, come on, we're just gonna hoist you. Day like today, we'll just hoist you. All right, that's a tank. That's a good fish. And look how deep. You think these fish aren't feeding? Look at that. I mean, it's in his gills. I hope I can get it out without causing any damage, because I'm not gonna keep this fish. Well, I may keep him if I can't get this hook out without making a mess. All right, he's fine. Not even bleeding, which is good. So I'm gonna let him go. All right, just counted my fish, and unfortunately I'm 1 over my personal limit. I've set a limit for myself of 10 speckled trout. Won't keep any more than that. Kind of screwed up. I thought I had 10, I actually have 11. Whatever. So I'm gonna leave these fish biting and go see what else I can find. A day like today, it shouldn't be hard to find some other action, no doubt. As I've mentioned, the fishing's just really, really good. It always is this time of year. This is an especially good year though, because of the number of white shrimp that are in the marsh. Just fantastic. Get out here and do this if you can, and get out here soon. Although I'll tell you what, you've got time. I mean, the next few months should be great, but why wait? All right, well, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the Marshman Masson channel on YouTube. You can do that by clicking that button right there. Also, here's 2 videos YouTube thinks you will like. Definitely would appreciate you watching those. And until next time, if we don't see you in the marsh, we'll see you right here on Marshman Masson. I think we'll be targeting speckled trout then too.